Behold! Know your place! The wind rises.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Drilling down! Let me scrub.
Behold!
Nada kundala.
Floor here isn't safe.
The wind rises. Quit following me.
This place has also been contaminated by primordial seawater.
Yeah. And a lot of it, too. A Fontanian would most likely dissolve the moment they fell in.
Right! You can't go down if there's primordial seawater. It's too dangerous, and it won't be any help for you to just stay here. Don't get Paimon wrong. We're not safe.
No, you're right. That complicates things.
In that case,
I'll go together with you. Perhaps we'll find the exit just up ahead.
all right.
Behold!
Oh no, it's a dead end! Let's try climbing over from the side.
The wind rises. Behold!
There's something wrong with this bridge! Run for...
Navia!
Demoiselle, what?
Maybe
Yes,
that's quite...
Oh. This...
Is something the matter?
Oh, I was just trying...
do you remember?
We were headed...
Oh, Miss Navia. Ah, Mr. Malus. And Mr. Silver, too.
How...
I've been great. They were knocking at...
Sometime.
Oh, yes, Miss Navia. These are some flower seeds that I prepared. Please take them. I don't know.
Did...
Why, we can have as many pots as you'd like, Demoiselle.
Perfect. In that case, we'll swap out some of the decorative plants for...
Very well.
Wait, excuse me. That's right.
No, it's nothing. And why are there so few people around here?
We must mind the time.
We do?
Well, now, did...
Miss Navia, here you are.
My trial?
Yes, she's right, Demoiselle. It's...
Oh?
Look, it's Nav.
And her two attendants are with her. Goodness, everyone's finally here.
There sure are a lot of people here to see the trial. And they all seem to be oddly... Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen. And as for the judge... huh?
Please sit in the
All right. But
Typically...
Hey, what kind of place do they think this is?
Come on. Do they have any idea what they're doing?
Seriously.
enough with the whispering! Could someone please tell me where Monsieur Neuvillette is? And why I'm standing trial?
My dear Miss Navia, have you not yet realized what you've done? In that case, allow me to explain. As all here know, you are Master Callus's successor, the head of the Spina di Rasula, someone held in high after you took over this. Not only you. Yes, correct. We are one big. Therefore.
Huh?
Oh.
How? I know all these people. Why are they laughing?
I seem to remember now. Yes, I get it. This trial...
Wait just a moment. This isn't right!
Malus?
What was that, Mr. Malus? Our conclusion is very clear and unanimous. Let the court judge her now.
Stay here, Navia! You're one of us!
Demoiselle, don't admit guilt. This trial means to keep you here forever.
I wish to exercise my right to defend Our Lady. Mr. Joinville, you only know of Navia's goodness, but nothing of her utterly independent mind.
She was born a free and independent spirit.
Her actions, please do not
Really? As an individual, you say? Don't forget, we are all Fontanians here. Even if everything is... Now, I speak for everyone. Our opinion is consistent. Navia should stay. We and Navia are one.
And you would call this justice? Preposterous. You are merely jealous that Demoiselle still has a chance to exist as an individual. Have you forgotten how much you all once longed to become individuals, to become independent?
Do you mean to defy our justice?
If your justice is...
As you said, we can also have our own justice. And that...
Demoiselle!
Silver, I remember now. Everything that seemed odd from the very beginning. Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen, and Mr. Giverny and Mrs. Burnett, who we met earlier. Even Malus and Silver. I don't want to admit it, but they're all dead.
Don't be afraid.
Absurd! Who are you to say that she cannot be judged? We are the majority, and in the nation of trials, the majority is absolute justice. We are the will of all.
Don't let them escape! We shall keep Navia here with us!
Mr. Malus and Mr. Silver, must you be so stubborn? How could the two of you possibly hope to stand against the collective? Do not resist. This judgment is fair and just. Navia belongs to us. After all that happened, she should not be left alone in Poisson.
What are you saying?
No more excuses!
He says we're jealous. Jealous? How could she possibly be an independent individual?
What's with these people?
Who's jealous of her?
She belongs to us!
Miss Navia, she...
Silence!
That's... Monsieur Neuvillette!
Such commotion is prohibited in the court. The accusations you just presented are nonsense and cannot constitute a proper trial. The court will adjourn for the rest of the day. In this, I shall hear no objections from any unauthorized party.
Our thanks, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Please leave with me, Miss Navia, while there is still time.
But...
Go on now, demoiselle. This is your only chance to leave this place. What, can't bear to leave us behind or something?
Malus.
My apologies. I couldn't resist making one little joke once I realized that this shall be our last goodbye.
Malus... Silver...
Quickly, you must come now!
Goodbye, demoiselle.
Farewell.
No, wait! Just a second!
Navia?
You're awake. Good.
I must have been dreaming. Malus and Silver were still alive, and they were defending me at some insane trial.
It looks like you're all right.
Did all this happen?
The ruins you were exploring suffered a cave-in. When I arrived, I found you were just about... I think I saw 2 Oceanids protecting you. It was only were it not for their intervention.
Wait, did you say Oceanic?
Perhaps those 2...
I always told...
Please come with me.
Neuvillette, are you okay?
Oh, I am quite all...
Why do you look... Oh, Paimon.
I merely thought that we should...
Huh?
I suppose... Ah, Sigewinne.
No way, don't.
I see. Well, that is good. I have always worried that Sigewinne would need a lot of time to...
Oh, and...
Thank you.
He still doesn't know what to tell... So, Neuvillette...
Yes, in fact. I had arranged to meet you in Poisson, but when I arrived, I discovered that the Fatui were amid my...
Yeah.
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting like that. I'm feeling much better now. I guess we should get going again. Will you come with us, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind my company.
All right! Another one joins the party! Let's get going then!
Everybody stand back!
Cry louder!
Shadows of fate! My reckoning! Let's go.
Wind rises. Behold, Nada Kondala.
Oh no! Another unstable path! Watch your step!
Squall and Fury.
Watch out! There are rocks
wind rises. Search for it. Squall Fury.
Seems we're almost at the top. Keep it up!
Teamwork is dream written in the stars. Shadows of fate.
The wind rises. Bow your head.
Off we go. Destiny cannot be denied. Adventure time. Everybody stand back.
Behold.
You dare to gaze upon me?
Let me scribe.
The wind rises. Squall and Fury, upon the gale.
Looks like we've reached the end.
This is the place. There should not be any other hidden spaces in the...
The path sure had some twists and turns, but it turns out that this place isn't actually that big.
Stone slates. It seems...
Perhaps we should just leave them be.
There are 4 locations in total, but only 3 stone slates. The slate...
The surrounding wall...
There's something written below. Let Paimon see.
It feels like.
That would fit.
There's a...
And the 4th image.
The people will all be dissolved into... More information should be hidden in these slates, but I fear I cannot easily
Don't blame yourself, Monsieur Nerv.
Ooh, Paimon's getting the chills just looking at this. Says that it's the history of the future. Still, Paimon feels like these images are kind of weird when you look...
That's right! If the images are in chronological order, shouldn't the fourth, the waters drowning Fontaine, come before the third?
And yet the order is reversed here.
If we go by timing, Lady Farina...
Egeria, then. The previous Archon kneeling before the floating islet.
Did she herself commit that sin? Also,
But...
It seems that any further clues will have to
In that case, there's...
Yeah, we better get somewhere safe for now.
Let's split up here.
I'll depart as well. Thanks for your hard work, Traveler. I'm sure that you're concerned about this matter as well. If you have time, drop by my office.
Are you really gonna...
She has long been.
All right.
I will be careful.
Traveler, Paimon, our safe help...
We're finally back!
Welcome back.
Yay! And there's good food! Paimon's already starting...
Oh, that voice. Is that...
Huh?
It's you two.
Seriously?
Still!
Well, Why did you think... Well, I used to have my own, sir. There was nothing for it, Nope. Although it is used...
Wow!
I reckon so. In any case, I'd give my disciple a name like this as well, if I were to take Astromancer.
Whoa!
My name means...
Thrice as great?
I know, right?
Talk about it.
Magistus is thus the calling card of our school, so to...
That sounds terrible! But anyway, you're not...
Well, I was born...
Oh, that...
There's something ominous about it. Well, the water, I mean. That was the main reason, yes. The invitation was sent quite early.
What do you mean?
What I can tell, I'm afraid that... But on the flip...
A visionary?
Of course. The old hag could do it, and I...
Huh? Thanks, Mona!
Oh.
That's the greatest...
Indeed.
Oh, sorry. I came to see what all the commotion was about.
Oh, whoops. Guess we were getting a little too carried away there. Well, I'll go tend to my own business now.
And there she goes, quick as rushing water. And here we are. Right, but we were able to good morning. To be honest, I'm still feeling kind of sleepy. But it's time to get up.
Too slow.
You're here! Monsieur Durvalette and Lady
Like I said, I've already explained everything.
And yet it is not my intention to look at this.
You mean...
We did not arrive in time to avert. I will say this once more. Yesterday, I found 3 stone slates in...
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. But...
That's correct. The second of...
I don't.
I'll ask you, my
All gods don't have the same secret. I understand your concern.
Forgive me for saying this now, Lady Farina. There are several... This is not straight. You have never been...
Well, since you know, there's no point questioning or suspecting me. You're the Eudix. Just trust in me. You're Archon, and do as I say. That's all I have to say. We do not... Oh!
Did Farina not notice us standing by the door? Wonder what's up with her. She was smiling. Huh.
I assume you've been outside for a while now?
Oh!
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Still, I do not understand. Everyone in her... We may have to...
Oh?
Normally, people...
But...
We will need to if at all possible. This may be cruel to her, but all... But who will...
Well, that's everyone, huh? Speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
Poisson was just in...
And here you are, drinking...
That's what family...
It's nice to enjoy tea here, you know? Care for a...
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off. How about you?
Me?
Then, how about you, good...
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become...
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize it.
That was a little long-winded.
Oh, you might be right. Anyway, to cut to the chase, our friend here, the Traveler, has brought us together to discuss something. As for what that is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be pooling our efforts together to...
Oh?
Well, it's just an expression, really.
Huh?
Oh, come now. Your work doesn't involve much public speaking, right? This is a...
I see.
He is glad that you...
In that case, do any of you have experience? Not that I recall.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we...
I'm afraid not, though that was their name. Today, a trap. So...
For me, our line...
You use some of those techniques...
Yes.
I'm afraid I can't claim that.
And I can... With discretion.
I remember that...
I did.
What about you, Monsieur Neville?
That makes sense. But I do have one... If we were to create... If we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also goes for prey that must be...
Wait...
Only a hunt...
Huh.
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put... But we shall require much more courage...
Oh...
important. Well, Fremine was, now that Paimon... it's hard to... After all, you're the most reliable... Did you just... Paimon's never...
Don't be frightened. Aw.
Wait.
You're feeling lost. Consider me a pass. The prophecy.
What?
I believe you have witnessed a failed attempt with your own eyes. Can everything in Tevat so easily be changed? Just as are the things... I believe that you understand, right? Some things are insignificant, but others you must reach out to change. Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide, no matter what will happen in Tevat. This was good tea, by the way. Thank you for your hospitality. Well, that'll be all for today.
The voice. It's gone. What? Paimon hears someone talking. All right, coming! Hey, it's you!
Well, I see I've walked in on some lively
Mona!
Fine, not all fun. Why, yeah, I'm in full...
That's right!
Yes. About what we had Huh? Goodness gracious. You see...
She said that you...
The Hexen Circle members are certainly anything but ordinary, but
Whoa.
Their abilities...
Well, it's not like...
Yes, perhaps it... Traveler?
Oh,
I see. I guess you could consider me someone who... But even... Perhaps that's what En was trying to... I did originally...
Huh. You do have a point.
There, it was worth trying, I suppose.
Paimon feels kind of moved by what Mona said. Hey, Traveler. Let's walk around the city, shall we? There's a few spots we always like to walk by. Huh? Our names are written in this newspaper. What's going on? Let Paimon see! The underwater stronghold, the Fortress of Meripede, has continued in its noble autonomy, but that does not mean that others cannot interact with it. My recent attempts to enter the fortress bore little fruit. Huh. Guess Charlotte still hasn't given up on that. Thus, did an Outlander friend become the focus of this report? A blonde adventurer with their white fairy, legends trailing in their wake. It is said that this mysterious traveler once visited the underwater fortress. So while the fortress's interior remains a mystery behind closed doors, do not fear, for the tales of the traveler contain surprises in spades. Journalist Charlotte's biggest scoop yet, the Traveler's Trail, World Walker. Huh. Charlotte took so many awesome photos of us and we never even noticed her. She hasn't been able to get a hold of anything at the fortress, so since we're easier to find, she's using us as the subject matter instead? Ugh, seriously? Well, fine. Those headlines and photos do look cool, so Paimon will forgive her this time.
These are the kind of headlines they're going for these days.
Astrologers must rid themselves of material desires. Only by ridding oneself of...
We're here! Paimon's hungry. Should we go in and get something to eat? Hey, quick! Look! That's the limited edition, only 16 slices a day cake! It was so delicious the last time we tried.
One slice of cake, please.
Someone showed up after. Oh, wait, you're the one from the Palais Mermonia.
Oh, are you here to buy cake too?
Wait, did he really?
That's right.
Do you come here often?
Usually every day.
Every day?
It's part of my daily schedule.
Then what if someone told you one day that this place would be closing soon, and you wouldn't get to eat cake here anymore? What would you think?
But why would it close?
Well...
Oh, the prof? No, it's...
Huh.
Don't be sad. Excuse me, could I have... These 2 slices are for you. Sijuin said that this kind of expression you're making is what humans call being sad.
Oh, you know Sijuin?
I sure do. She was born before me, and she sometimes comes to the surface to teach us things about humans. She said that humans are creatures that are saddened easily, yes, and you can only lift their spirits by feeding them delicious food. So please try the cakes here. I've got something else to do, so I'll be going now. You two try to stay in a good mood after eating, all right? Bye.
And there she goes. All right, let's dig in. Paimon's sure this cake will be delicious. It's more delicious than last time, and the flavor gets even better with a sip of tea. It sure would be nice if we could come again tomorrow. Sure would be nice if we could always eat delicious food here.
What did you want exactly?
Oh, we're near the Steambird office. Let's go look for Charlotte and have a chat.
Wow! If it isn't the Traveler and Paimon! Oh, have you seen the article I wrote about you?
Ha! You've got some nerve! You just used us to make some quick mora!
Oh, you needn't worry about that. It's all right, though.
Really? Well, Paimon...
Still, what?
A friend of ours?
Ah, so you know Miss Mona as well. She's a guest columnist for our paper. Really good one, too. She's so young and already such a brilliant astrologist. So she mentioned me? What did she say?
She said that you're a real daredevil of a journalist.
Nice. In which case, can this daredevil journalist dare to request an exclusive interview with the legendary traveler and Paimon?
Huh? So your article in the paper today doesn't count?
Oh, of course it doesn't. That was more...
Yeah, are we even...
Why not? If I say...
Oh, in the...
Oh, so that's a yes? Ooh, splendid! Ooh, someone...
Wait, Charlotte, Paimon's still got a question for you.
And what's that?
If, just for example, Fontaine were to be flooded tomorrow, what would you do today?
Huh. If you're... From what I've seen, so in all likelihood, I'd probably still be prepping at the office. Just think about it. If this... And then do you know what I'd do? Well, I'd write that story. I'm not a dreamer. But anyway...
That's... So, anyway, let's go and take a look at the sea, shall we? The sea breeze and scenery can be a pretty soothing combo, huh? Paimon's been thinking. If it wasn't Fontaine, but all of Tevat that would be destroyed tomorrow, where would we go and what would we do? No, Paimon should ask, if you could choose, what would you like to do? We've always been moving to the next destination. You mean, still traveling? Huh. Feels like it'll grow, but it's still better than the...
So the two of you are still here.
Oh, you're from the Palais...
Yes, I'm Isadora. Not at all. I'm well, yes, and...
A riot?
Well, Lady Farina loudly again before the crowd continued.
So people have...
I agree.
So what happened to...
Seeing that the situation, the Marechaussee fan...
So...
That's right. That said, I don't think there's much to worry about. Good. Monsieur Nervillet sent me to tell you about the situation, but he didn't say anything else.
Don't worry. This is more than enough to go on.
Is that...
Well, sounds like we should hurry over to Poisson then. If we know for... And as we all... When Nervillet, it would be hard for... Paimon thinks... Huh! Well, what do you think? In that case, there's not a moment to lose. Poisson, here we come! This place looks deserted. Guess all the survivors must have evacuated already. All that's left here are signs of devastation. Could Farina really be here? Let's try to find her as soon as possible.
The wind rises.
That's Farina, right over there.
What was meant to... I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but what can I even do? Who's that?
Don't worry, Farina. Farina,
They even... Oh, and I'm sure Nouvellette...
Hey, there she is! The Hydro Archon's over there! Quick, after her!
Farina, those people seem to be after you.
They are? They're just some rabid fan. That's against the rules. I can't let them get their way.
Farina just ran off! Quick, we have to... This should be the place, right? Hey, Farina! There's a good hiding spot.
What is this place?
Hurry, they're up...
Fine. I suppose haste is warranted. No, I mean, I merely gave...
Yep, that's a good girl.
What's happening? The ground's shaking. Is it an earth?
Yeah, a quake of this kind preceded the flooding in Poisson, did it?
It can't be.
Well, there's no need to...
Yeah, but the people of Poisson... It's true. I've tried all, but we cannot make an enemy of the divine. Give up. Indeed, fate. But just now, it all, as long as don't worry. Well, that's enough for now. Don't take a...
Come on!
Cher, that's impossible. A witness. And if to that...
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes my opening performance. Now, without further ado, we may proceed to the trial of our god.
So this is what it is. Yes, you deserve praise for the effort you took to raise the dramatic stakes. Do not forget, however, that I am Focalor, the god of justice, the embodiment of justice itself. Does it not strike you as even the least bit absurd to bring the very concept of justice to trial?
May I interpret these words as your refusal to stand trial? In that case, you will have the opportunity to defend your honor through a duel.
You would draw your blade against a god? I see. It seems like you have made up your mind.
Paimon can't believe it. She just surrendered.
What the heck is going on? Did I just see an Archon surrender to a human?
Wow. How...
Lady Farina.
Shh! It would seem that there has been a misunderstanding. To be clear, the raising of both hands...
Looking for excuses again, huh?
I raised my hands just now to indicate my acceptance of the trial. No duel shall be... I'm sorry. You are not... But now, I, Farina, will use this trial to show the world... This time. Applaud, mark my words. This shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine! The trial of...
Woohoo!
Oh, no!
Why does it feel like Farina just... Also, even though she's still
All right, then. Who...
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
Is that so? Very well. Then please speak, witness of Tivat, my accuser and fated opponent. Also, please allow me to ask, as a final question before the trial begins. Just how much work...
Well, we did do a lot of prep after the meeting that day.
I can go over the tasks assigned to the Spina di Rosula, since they were rather straightforward and easy.
Navia, the president of the Spina...
Most of the people who participated in the disturbance, they changed into the people's resent. Moreover, according to... So you...
And their goal was...
That's right.
As the super ultimate, the volume of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson and Aranias. My thanks, Farina. Of course, we had to select
So, in other words, the earthquake...
That's right. It wasn't a sign of another disaster to come.
Then, I can guess you gathered a crowd. Prepare to also that as...
Yes, that is...
Well, Clorand, I must commend you for your courage. As for you'd make sure that I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor once we'd arrived onto the stage. Oh? Is that so? It's fine. It matters not. The stage is already set, so there's no reason to disappoint the audience. Let's see this trial through to the very end.
Sir Prosecutor, please allow me to pass this. This is a document that Miss Charlotte applied for and received permission to share with you during the trial. According to her...
Huh? Charlotte wanted to give us something? Oh, so she's here too! Oh, let Paimon see. Wait, so in other words, we can refer to this anthology of evidence every time we want to... Let's quickly confirm the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, all right?
You defeated the Hydro Archon in the very first duel. I didn't think this is the fortress of... According to Monsieur, the words of someone as extraordinary as a witch can probably...
The prosecution and the defense are both in position. The trial shall now begin.
Oh, come on, Nervilette. Just fast forward, of course. It is only now.
That's true. But my charge here is unrelated to your conduct as an Archon. Instead, I would like to charge you as a fraud who's never been the Archon in the first place.
Wait, what was that? Lady Farina's a fraud?
Hey...
Charge accepted. Lady Farina. Lady Farina.
I plead not. There is no way that I, Fos Essilor, otherwise known as Farina de Fontaine, a member of the Seven and the Regina of all waters, kindreds, peoples, and laws of Fontaine.
Yeah, even though...
Yeah. I have cause to believe that common sense will prevail in this case. Many of the members of the audience have known me as the Hydro Archon ever since they were born. See? if you wish.
An argument with near impossible odds, huh? You have to...
Well, I tried to give you the chance to surrender. If you must persist, and if I would...
That doesn't... First of all, you...
Who gave you that idea?
A curse. But in light of this...
Never had sensed it too, huh?
Lady Farina...
Well, it...
Well, don't start celebrating too early now. Besides, for centuries, one need only to turn their eyes towards the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse card.
That doesn't... You tried to reference the...
Didn't I make myself clear at the time?
Lady Farina, I believe a reminder while the court is... You will prove your... That was no...
So, you neither knew why, child, instead of having...
The real Hydro Archon. It is true that the Oratrice handed out... You can't...
She's still throwing out all kinds of
My pap...
If that poses a...
Aren't you the Hydro Archon?
Indemnitium! Yes! It's all because of Indemnitium! All Archons derive, thus did I...
Isn't that...
Yeah, no...
It seems like nobody's buying Farina's excuse.
Hey, come now, everyone! I'm still the same Farina you knew, right? The one that you love, please.
If what the prosecutor said is true, she really has committed a grave offense.
Did she deceive all of us? And all of our parents and grandparents?
Enough! That's enough. Tell me then, if I'm not the real Hydro Archon, if you have no evidence of another Hydro Archon's existence, nor can you find anyone who can back...
Wow. That doesn't... It has been established.
Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a method that you can...
Miss Navia.
Now. I've brought some seawater from Poisson. So, Miss if we are to believe... But, if you don't dare to touch it, then we would have basically proved the Oh, and I must remind... I do hope you'll act prudently.
Navia from the
If Lady Farina...
Lady Farina, this test has been unilaterally proposed by the prosecution. As it falls outside the realm of standard court proceedings, you possess the right to decline participation.
Well, of course he had to tell her that. But refusing to participate is basically the same as a confession of guilt.
She's just staring at the water without saying...
What's going on?
Due to the inherent...
Hey! I'm fine! Look at me, everyone! My hand is still here! I haven't been... Will you believe...
Miss Siegewin? If you're present, Miss Siegewin, please come forward and attend to the defendant.
Siege, don't be nervous. That should be enough.
Please announce the results of your evaluation to the court.
As everyone doubtlessly saw, Miss Farina, she was experiencing the adverse effects of exposure to primordial seawater. The extent to which she was...
Thank you, Miss Siegewin. Lady Farina, you may return to the defendant.
Oh, wait. What did she just say? I didn't get dissolved. Shouldn't that be enough to prove my innocence?
Well, considering you... However, after extensive discussion, we exchanged it for a sample that is not... We don't want...
Yeah, so it's a great...
Listen to me! Listen to me, everyone! Think about it! Also... Please! Everyone! Anyone, just listen to me! I swear, I really am your...
I don't think anything...
With all the things that have been said,
I believe the time for arguments and presentation of evidence has come to an end. If there are no objections, we will move on to the final judgment.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway her. She's too stacked against her now.
In my capacity as Chief Justice, I shall now render judgment on Farina's misrepresentation of herself as the Archon of Fontaine. As a human who knowingly deceived her fellow citizens, Farina is... guilty. We shall now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Farina is...
Well, what's wrong? What's the Oratrice's verdict?
No, the Oratrice also displays a guilty verdict.
Isn't that correct then?
However, the exact wording of the verdict is thus: the Hydra to be punished via the death sentence.
Ugh. That's actually one of the available sentences? I've always thought that it was just a myth.
The one and only time the death sentence has been handed out at the court, and it's been given to the very person we've worshipped as the god of justice? What an...
Farina's been...
This outcome... Is this sentence really appropriate for the crimes that have been...
Yeah! Even Fache wasn't sentenced to death by the Oratrice. You know, the real evil mastermind behind the serial disappearances case.
Indeed. Not only is Farina's sentence overly excessive, the very point of our trial today was also to prove that Farina has never been the Hydro Archon in the first place. But now, the Oratrice seems to have deliberately...
Excuse me, if I may interrupt. Is the trial still going?
Fremine! Oh, you finally made it. I assume this means you've completed...
Mm-hmm. Any mission Father assigns to me will always be...
Is that the... Huh.
I looked everywhere, but has the trial already concluded? Then... doesn't that mean I've come too late? Oh, no.
Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Fremine. Please allow me to review the record left on the slate. Traveler, I believe that you have already seen the...
Huh? So what do you see? What...
I believe I've now...
Huh? So when...
In truth, however, I'm uncertain as...
Okay. Slate describes what you just said. It seems to show the previous Hydro Archon using her divine power, and then the Oceanids turn into humans. Does that mean that Fontanians are transformed Oceanids? Oh, Paimon wasn't expecting that. But the second stone slate shows Celestia floating in the sky, and the Hydro Archon and her people worshipping it together. But the heavens... This must be the point when the Hydro... The third slate shows the... Well, the fourth slate is the We didn't believe that such...
We know from the case of the serial disappearances of young women that and the first stone slate tells us that long ago, the Hydro Archon used her power to turn Oceanids into humans. This might...
That doesn't sound quite right. Let's... That doesn't sound... That doesn't sound...
Perhaps what is about to take place has all happened before. The truth and the original... It's not as simple when not the...
That doesn't sound...
The prophecy for the... If we...
They'll dissolve into the primordial sea, but won't... The Hydro Archon was said to... Navia fell into the water. The eruption of the primordial... The stone slate's content can all be verified by recent events. If we combine what we know together, Huh? Oh, Paimon gets it now! So that's how you can make sense of it! But then it feels like... We're going to have to share some truly shocking revelations.
Let's hear them.
Incredible. Linny, we're...
All Fontani, the evidence... Oh, and according...
Indeed.
Yeah, and it follows from the content of the... That could also...
The Hydro Arc...
And yet, after many hundreds of years...
Yeah, and so wouldn't it be trying to show the image of the... In the end, did Paimon get all that right?
You've made some keen deductions. However, while you were able to decode all the information on the... When we were at the ruins, now that the slate collection is complete... I believe I should share this truth not only with you, your hypotheses. In the Fontaine of Old, the previous Hydro Archon sensed the yearning of her Oceanid familiars for life on land. The Oceanids were enamored with the beauty and romanticism of human beings, and wishing to have those experiences for themselves, expressed to the However, he not one to give in. She eventually found a way to create permanent humanoid bodies for her familiars. She poured... But if Fontanians... Of course, the Hydro Archon never received permission from the heavenly principles to create a new human race. And thus, the Hydro Archon and all of her creations came to shoulder the original sin of appropriating the power of the primordial sea. That is...
That's way too much information for me. Wait, but if that's the truth...
This is real...
Alas, your hypothesis regarding a key point of they have not been... The nation of Fontaine is the nation of Hydro, as well as the nation of You may also recall, therefore, the meaning of that the people of Fontaine shall try the... Yes, it refers to our present situation.
I think I'm following now. So, what you're saying is, even though we decided to put on this trial to avoid fulfilling in truth, Everything we've done has happened exactly as the prophecy foretold. So now...
What should we do?
Huh. No matter what, the prophecy will be fulfilled. Is this what...
If that's the case...
Traveler, I would like to point out another small fallacy in your deductions. About the fourth slate. You probably thought that the eruption of primordial seawater beneath the fortress of Meripede served as the... However, I believe that rather than being a sure sign, that eruption could in fact only be a... As for the root cause of the catastrophe, I believe you've already encountered it once. This eruption was just a small warning of the...
That doesn't sound quite... That doesn't...
It was both dream.
If we're talking about a true culprit, that could only be that thing inside the primordial sea, right?
The truth.
That was way too close! How did that thing just burst into the Opera House? Wait, was that the huge whale you saw in your dream?
So we've met it at last. I understand that whale does... It has been greeted, and once it is...
You said that when the Hydro Archon first created...
Precisely. That, therefore, when it left the primordial sea...
We just...
That is correct. From the way he looked, he must have been...
That battle maniac. Anyway...
It is too late. It had already absorbed, even if the...
We've already done... We've come...
Indeed.
I'll fight it to the end.
So the prophecy will be fulfilled no matter what, huh?
The prophecy. Just as Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide.
What's happening with the oratories?
I believe it is preparing to carry out the death sentence.
For real!
Furina! No, I still need answers.
You.
Sorry. That shocked expression on your face is just too amusing. I couldn't help myself.
You are not Furina. Who are you?
The sweet sound of bewilderment. Marvelous. A sure sign that my attempt to deceive everyone was a resounding success. But to answer your question, I am
Focalors. Why did you deceive us?
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness, no. But I had to fool everyone else too. The heavenly principles.
Deceiving the heavenly...
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. Fontaine condemned to be flooded. One was not amused. In fact, one was positively bemused when that problem was thrust upon me by my... She knew full... And as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies the... So yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather... I spent a terribly long time mulling it over, alone on the ocean floor. I had to outwit the heavenly principles. I'm a genius, I know. I can only, although, looking back now, it was... But one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this. Any more...
So you were also once one of the...
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do, even now. After becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as naive and bewildered as my past self on her first... The me, you see, she could feel joy, sorrow, and everything. Her strengths were of... But in my eyes, Furina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly... Anyway, it's all part of the plan. Do you still remember the fun? In order that under the curse I placed on her, so long as I, Focalors' divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But instead, I suppose now you probably
But Furina is on... Even though she is...
It has indeed. It's been 5, and all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely.
Squall and Fury!
Oh? Who permitted you to come onto the stage? Now, I understand your admiration for my august self, but I must ask you to keep to the rules. All right. It is not my intent to reprimand you. There is no need to state... I am Focalors. our audience. The performance is experiencing a technical difficulty, but worry not. The guards shall resolve it soon enough. Hey, what gives? The audience is still watching me, you know. Guards? Wait, where are the guards? Guards!
Cry louder!
I'm going in!
Behold!
Farina.
Huh? Who's that? Who's calling me?
Be not nervous. Be not
Wait a moment. You're... Mirror me? Mirror me.
The prophecy.
What prophecy? Wait. The people will all...
Oh.
What? But...
I will tell...
Oh, but if there were...
I suppose that...
Huh?
Don't worry.
Play as...
That's right. If you...
But...
Don't worry. Being a human, you... Remember...
So...
Do a cup, but... I promise you...
A trial. What should I say to most... I'm sure you've all heard. In truth, as the god Focalor, once again, I thought
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses humanity would...
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest.
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen.
Wait, what's right? Mirmi said that I just need to play the role of a god as humans imagine them to be. Calm down, Farina. Think. What do the people want? How would they imagine a god to speak and act? Assertive, with a strong sense of presence. One who can dispel all doubt. That is the character I'm fated to play. Oh, very good, my people. Only ones such as you are deserving of my rule. Now, I was wondering if some weak puppet were to one day come onto the stage and claim ownership of this. Well, it seems that you would all see right through them. Having passed my test, you are qualified. You may consider my previous. Now then!
Ah, so that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we...
Personality? It's quite shocking, to be honest, but I suppose it's a better look than before.
Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful! Our future may yet be bright after all.
It seems I've turned them around. Best follow this My dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, keep faith in your ardor for justice. We have heard it said that this nation's sins can no longer be washed away. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me. The scales of... May law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our... There is no... So long as...
Lady Farina.
Besides,
that's true.
No need for fright. And do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now.
Lady Farina, I don't...
No need. All right.
Lady Farina, here are the latest hydrological reports. As for the specific parameters you asked to take note of...
I see. It's as I thought. Oh, man. Really?
I'm...
The day is fine, but it's good. Maybe this...
Lady Farina, here are the new trial reports.
There'll be no need for that.
Lady Farina.
Indeed,
Lady Farina, we're detecting...
Understood. I don't think I let anything slip today. I just... don't know when these days will end. I feel utterly exhausted. Best to rest early today.
Lady Farina, it's... I've heard that the... Are you crying?
This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the god. So, hundreds of... I never have I
All I can do is keep...
Farina. Although I don't know.
Share. That's impossible.
But even if you're just share it with me.
A witness. And if Teva... He's right. But if they... No, Farina. You shouldn't be selfish. But what if... Farina, is it so... If you think about it long and hard... No, all you need to do, dear spectator, is to...
Fine.
So even for...
Yes, she did very well. If she had let her resolve falter even once in these 5 centuries, Fontaine would have been doomed to the most tragic fate. It seems that trusting humanity...
I believe that I understand. How would you build on...
Ah, good, good. Of course, the Eudex of Fontaine has pinpointed... I'm sure you...
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Linny did mention that he heard a... It now seems that...
And then I became one with the oratories, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes, alas, your in truth, it isn't... Oh, you have it. My work over these last... But really, the vast majority had to be...
It was all...
Indeed. This power accrued over 5 centuries, but... Oh,
So the oratories... The destruction of that divine throne...
returning what's rightfully... In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the... No, what? Getting sad again, are we? The authority of...
All you've done...
I've never quite... Hydro Dragon. I must say, had it been within my right, Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea. And speaking of justice, I have always believed that if the theft of the primordial seas, then, leaving in other words, defying the prophet at this point, Eudex Nervillet.
So when at last, in the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries, you are things being as they are. Surely you know that I could never declare them to be.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Nervillet. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Judex Nuvelet, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
Was that bright light?
It's time to end this.
Didn't you say just a moment ago that it can't be defeated?
I have gained the strength sufficient to deal with it. Through certain means, I now have the ability. We should seize the opportunity to pursue our traveler. Now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me mete out justice. The root of the calamities befalling Fontaine. The beast, come with me, traveler. Done my best to separate the power of the sea from the whale. Considering the size of the beast, I cannot reach the power source. Unless we can find a way to attack it from within. I shall share a part of the ancient dragon's power with you. We shall look for an opening together. Sorrow turning into hostility.
The wind rises. Search for
it. Let's light it up! Shadows of fate.
The all-devouring narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. A chance will present itself.
Search for it.
Off we go.
I have granted you my protection. Do not fear. Seize the moment and use my power to suppress its root from within.
Go in!
Wedge it, vermin! Behold! Squall and Fury!
Adventure! Off we go!
Quit following me! That's far enough!
Everybody stand back!
Behold!
How amusing.
Let's light it up!
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It was just supposed. Well, actually, I had a feeling.
That power.
It's just that
I simply. So you may speak to me as equal. I have to agree. That kind of. All in all. The point.
Well, so what sort of...
Oh, right. His name is Sir Taloji.
Huh?
I am...
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous.
The foul?
Still not...
Ooh, that one...
Oh, but I suppose you...
Wait!
Actually, never... That they all develop such royally as such. In other words...
What?
Not to worry. Focalor has already managed to deceive the heavenly principles.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Farina will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Hey! Help! Over here!
All hands, initiate emergency rescue!
Hurry! Hey, lend a hand!
Look! The water's receding!
It's a miracle!
Water's receding.
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
Are you all right?
We're saved. The prophecy was wrong.
Let's go find.
The soil renewed. The Sweetadiva's old soil can still give birth. Skyship, the various people always call. Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really?
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The Steambird's idea was pretty simple. with the value for these big scoops lie. Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created Paimon's Curie, and that's exactly what. Oh, this time.
Oh, it's you. What brings you all here?
Hey, we're just having a look around.
I'm here to update myself.
Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Our residents are hard at work as well. Thanks to everyone.
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of you, but if you don't mind...
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing to feature as friendly neighbors?
That would be fine.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go over there.
Huh? You're here too, Clarand?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Farina. So she's here in Poisson to wait out the heat. All right. She really came here to help me out.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of more decision-makers. And, well, I do already happen to be connected to Mr. Callis.
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions?
Forget it.
I see.
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my...
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let him off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants...
How did it go? Was it a good...
Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots. All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to the news, and freshness is the key. Also, not to...
Wow.
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the fortress.
Whoa, you're well informed. Let me make a guess, too.
That's a...
In truth, I told him that it...
You're right.
Stay safe now. And...
Once...
again, huh? There's a real nostalgic feeling to this place.
Looks like you've been missing us.
Duke! Did you come all the way to the entrance to greet us?
Of course. I'm here to welcome you and our dear Miss Sh—
It's an honor to—
No need to thank.
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
Hey, no need to be so nervous. I've already taken all the photos we need. Miss Charlotte, do these pictures really need to be published on the cover of the Steenbird?
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurier,
Sir, please don't say things like that.
But it looks like dear Mr. Jurier denies it. Might this
No,
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. And I'll be honest, I enjoyed chatting with you more. You've definitely got more of that genius vibe going on. The boat that brought about a miracle, the ark that saved the people. Why, you recreated a myth back there. Still, if I might ask, where's that flying ship now?
I have to apologize, but that ship is present.
Really?
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or...
Did you really have to use the word, well then, to solo?
Is my hair messed up?
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like...
see...
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Sure.
Sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been?
Same old, same old.
Other than that flying ship.
That's why I decided...
You're too kind.
I see.
He sure did what...
I'll tell them that they're...
Oh.
What change can there be? As to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll...
Hey, everyone. The photo shoot's done.
Good. In that case, let's call it...
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go.
There'll be an...
Maybe. Who knows? All right. Last stop, the docks. Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch with Linny and the others after working together. Apparently...
Traveler, Paimon. And Miss Charlotte.
Would you like a magic pocket? What sort of gadget? It's a wonder. Trick a friend.
You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have...
Lynette sure is working hard to help Fremine social...
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to...
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Para.
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with the first step. He'll become a part of our show eventually.
Lynette, could you come over? Miss Charlotte says she wants to take a picture.
Got it.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. Father says that you did a...
that's...
Oh, after late...
A diplomat?
Yes, it could have been done. Furthermore...
That's...
I would agree.
So there's some reason for this that only Nervalette knows about?
I suspect you'll have to ask him about that yourself.
But that...
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya.
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of run-ins with the...
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Father!
Well, what do you know?
Are you going to take the note?
That is... don't be too... switching my masks is something... Well, that depends on many things. No one... As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision? All right. I'll remember to return it.
And that's a wrap for me. Huh?
Greetings, Miss Journalist. That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our dear magicians and our upcoming rookie talent.
I will.
The sea breeze is quite pleasant. I shall continue my walk while the weather remains so agreeable. Farewell.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, Traveler, Paimon, you take one too.
To move things about?
That's right. I guess this must... All right then.